I don't know why I do it to myself, to be honest. Although not sure I took on too much this time. I already had a lot going on. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, Book Time with Elvis, with me, Mark, and Elvis. Hello, say hello to everybody. Hello there. Oh, hello. Yeah, we're both a bit wet. It's raining. It's rained all day today, so come back from my walk. You can see my hair's a little less wild, probably because it's soaking wet. Isn't that right? Oh, yes, that's right. So, I've come to you today with a provisional TBR, a provisional pile of possibilities for the month of April. Now, you've probably already seen my second quarter Historathon TBR, and I'm not including that here, of course, because it would be kind of a repetition. Now, bear in mind, those books are to be read over the course of 3 months rather than all through the month of April. Now, the reason why it's provisional is because I am a terrible mood reader, as anyone who watches this channel knows, and I get easily distracted. So while I may start off with the best intentions, some of these are set in stone and will have to be read, but others may be pushed to one side or delayed or whatever. So we'll see. I mean, of course, as usual, I'm interested in your comments. So if you tell me that I must particularly read, I must read a certain book in particular, then let me know. So I have one massive book because it's a continuation of my mammoth, and I haven't got halfway through yet. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. I don't know whether it's fatigue from Les Miserables and Lost Illusions and whatever, but The Mysteries of Paris, although very enjoyable actually and fast-paced, it's just one of these books I'm struggling with in terms of actually picking it up and reading it. And I get distracted by smaller books. So this will have to be finished this month because it is on my list of 12 French books that I plan to read this year. So I do have to finish it this month. It meant I pushed Francois Rabelais' Gargantua and Pantagruel to another month, and I substituted this month's read for a much, much smaller work, which will make it a lot easier, and that's Edmond Rostand's play of Cyrano de Bergerac, and as you can see, it should only take a day or so, if that, a couple of hours. So that hopefully was good planning on my part. Now, there are a few books that I might read as ebooks, which I'm not going to talk about because I just, can't really, don't have the time today to just sort out all the covers and go through them. But, I will do and talk about things, of course, when I read them and if I read them this month. So if they're not in this video, don't worry about it. There are also 2 buddy reads that I will be doing in April, but I'm not mentioning those just yet because I am not exactly sure when I'm starting and whatnot. So, and it's just a buddy read, me with one other person, though 2 different people. So I'm just gonna mention those when I do them. So I'm committed to those. I'm committed to these 2 as well. So, and I'm also committed because I'm hosting this, co-hosting it with the wonderful Steve Donahue. And I suppose this is a reminder for you to join us in April for a read, a group read of A Time of Gifts by Patrick Leigh Fermor, part of our S&M Journeys book club, where every month we're going to choose a piece of travel writing, a book, a piece of travel literature, whatever, and read it. Now, this is not very big, and it's a wonderful book. My cover's not as good as Steve's, if you saw his video, but I think if you're new to travel writing, you'll be enraptured by this probably. It's a wonderful place to start, and if you're somebody who is rereading it, I'm sure you'll be happy to do that as well. It is an absolutely wonderful piece of work following Patrick Leigh Fermor's journey of walking from the Hook of Holland to Constantinople, although in this book he goes only as far as I believe the edge of the Danube, somewhere in Hungary. There are 2 further books to that, but I'm not sure. I don't think we'll be reading them yet, because you don't really need to. I mean, really on its own, this is just a fantastic, fantastic work. And then another kind of group read I want to join in is Roger's Cheap and Nasty Book Club. I can never remember the name. Cheap and Old Book Club, Free and Old Book Club. You know, from Michael K. Vaughan's channel, his buddy Roger Hoteb is running his own club, and this month's pick, they're all works from the public domain, but I do have a copy of this, and this month's or April's is New Arabian Nights by Robert Louis Stevenson. So that will be fun. It's a collection of short stories, so it will be another thing that I don't think will be too hard and too big to read. Now, because it's April and I've been wanting to read this for a while, I hope to get to Elizabeth von Arnim's The Enchanted April. I think that would be really good fun. Interesting. It seems quite an amusing book, and I've heard good things about it. So yeah, I don't know if I should read the back to you for these. Probably not, otherwise I'll be here forever, right? So yeah, but I'm sure it's quite well known on BookTube. So there is this one. And then last month, or this month, probably part of the thing that delayed my finishing of The Mysteries of Paris was because I, without a plan, I suppose I started it in February, but without a plan started reading, it was unplanned rather, started reading Lost Illusions by Honoré de Balzac, and maybe this month we'll get to the sequel, A Harlot High and Low, obviously by Honoré de Balzac. Well, maybe. So that should be interesting too. And then the Chat GPT, I was going to say alien intelligence, I mean, of course, artificial intelligence. I asked it to choose a book for me, and it did. It chose The Secret Agent by Joseph Conrad, so I hope to get to that as well this month. Yeah, I know, it's stacking up, but they're all pretty small. I mean, it doesn't look that small, but it's not. I mean, it's a couple of days, isn't it? I mean, the print's quite good on it. What is it? It's just under 300 pages, so it's like 260 something pages, so it's okay. That's all right, you know. And then the next 3 are long shots, let's say. One is actually one I got today, which someone very kindly sent me. I don't know who. And I did receive a couple of books in the mail from wonderful subscribers. And I will do a little haul within a couple of days about them. But I thought I'll include one because I would love to read it. I'm a big fan of Monsieur Alphonse Daudet. And this is his book, Sappho. And beautiful cover there, right? Isn't that lovely? And I don't know if you know what it's about. I can kind of read the back of this one at least to you. Nothing could be more shocking to Jean Gaussin, a serious young student from the provinces, than the moral swamp his mistress has been living in before they met. Sculptor's model, poet's muse, Fanny Legrand has seen and done it all in the 20 years since her first lover. Caudal cast in bronze the girl from Paris gutter and named her Sappho. But revulsion is no match for lust, and little by little, despite continual outbreaks of rage and jealousy, probably syphilis if we know Daudet as well, right? Jean is able to live with Fanny's disgraceful past, to find a certain pleasure in the degraded domesticity of their life together, and even to feel a degree of pride in his new connections with famous men. The arrival on the scene of a marriageable young girl seems to offer Jean the escape route he needs. So, yeah, I mean, if you've not read him, I would recommend checking him out, especially his kind of collection of short stories, Letters from My Windmill. Le Petit Chose is like what is it? Like autofiction, perhaps? I don't know. It's like a semi-autobiographical work of his, which is good. I can't remember the name in English. The Little So and So, or The Little Somebody or Other, something like that. And then also there's a funny book he wrote, and I can't remember that either. Dear oh dear, I'm spending too much time with Sean Stanfast. I can't remember things. And then two that, again, shouldn't take very long, but I'd like to try and get to them. But as I say, these are kind of Hail Mary, picks. One of them is another French one, which is the Manon Lescaut by Antoine François Prévost. Again, it's not particularly big, but it's supposed to be an interesting work. It was very controversial at the time, and another kind of doomed love story. You see, I'm a very sensitive soul. And the last one's a play, which again shouldn't take too long. It's Russian this time. It's by Nikolai Gogol, and it's The Government Inspector. And again, it's not very big. So we'll see. The other books that I should be reading, one of them's quite big, but it's not too bad. It is a novel, and the last in a trilogy. So I think that won't be too bad. And the other one is, again, a novel, but I don't know much about it, though it's not too big. But I will be back with more information on those when I know exactly what's happening with them. So everybody, that's it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments what you plan to read in April. And I look forward very much to hearing from you all and seeing you all again very soon. So from Elvis and I, do take care and all the best. Bye-bye.